things right now. Okay, it's starting to stack a little bit. You can't give me life right now.
The Booker with the rebound. Gives it back to Ayton. The Booker in the corner for three.
What a play by Devin Booker.
Boogie, growing up in Washington, learned from Kobe. He's taking some of his mindset and try to incorporate that into his game. And you see it, you know, if you find something that you're weak at, he's going to attack it. That's what killers do every night.
Just doing what Book does. He's trained and created for moments like that. I'm just glad to have him on my side.
Booker floats it up. Oh, it's a masterpiece. 47 points. Career playoff high for Devin Booker.
The love. We needed it. We didn't want to go back to California unless it's for the Western Conference Finals. So glad we could get it done. Big shout out to the Clippers, man. They played hard. On to the next one.
47. There's two things on my mind. One is these series are precious, they're hard, and against a really good team. You guys who give it up on the floor, you give us everything. And I've said this to you guys, my ceiling is your floor, okay? And that's what we're here to do. Just give you guys a chance to be good, great, successful. Love it. Appreciate it.
Man, just appreciate great, like you appreciate the skill. It's just, I just want to say, man, I love this kid. Watch this kid. Well, you say it. The highlights of the Nuggets took the over 34 from Jamal Murray. KD and the Suns looking for the equalizer early on. This was a great defensive game. KD. frustrating. At the same time, Chris Paul got the groin injury. Went to the locker room. Did not return. It's so tough right there. Weaving his way in for a couple. He had 35. The Joker finds Rose over there. It's KCP. Where do you go to school, Chuck? The Dogs. Also known as Georgia. Yeah, the Dogs. The Joker gets it the ball. Are there other dogs other than 86-81? CRT again. Jamal Murray finally hit a shot. Big one. He was 3 from 15 from the pass there. You know, there were some guys on TV, you know, run on regular basketball, they're coming on call reporters. Half their job is to say that Jamal Murray is the best player in the league. It's stupidity on their part. And that's why they're reporting. Meantime, Devin Booker's got to be careful. So they can lose Bruce Brown. They cannot lose Devin Booker. Nuggets win it 97-87 on the strength of a 27-14 fourth quarter. As Phoenix watches that lead vapor out. The team up in to Phoenix for game 3. That will be on Friday nights. 3 nights off, yes. So because I go to games to cover work with local sports, but as a fan also of the game.
O cara fez putaria comigo.
When you saw a game where you were playing,
Por isso que é chato a inteligência
not just by
artificial.
what
Olha
you're doing on the floor, but all the ancillaries.
putaria que fizeram comigo.
Listen, part of all this stuff is part of the game. You know,
Prestem atenção. Prestem atenção. Eu estou por fora
fun during the game.
e eu estou respeitando o traçado. Eu estou aqui, ó, por fora.
For entertainment.
O cara derrapou e bateu em mim. Olha a sacanagem que fizeram comigo. Isso é sacanagem. Isso é sacanagem.
Murray didn't have a great game, but KCP stepped up and the Joker was flat out dominant.
Isso é sacanagem.
Things got tough. And
Olha lá,
sometimes you
eu
really
tava
feel like
respeitando, eu tava dentro do aceitável. Ele mergulha. E erra.
mental toughness.
E me
They
bate.
definitely very much respect two more games to go.
Por favor, isso aí é coisa de vagabundo.
First time since they've had him that they've scored under 100.
Series is
held to 87.
obviously not over. This probably was the most impressive victory I've seen for Denver. Because it wasn't one of those games where they shoot the ball well and they outscore people. They won the game on defense. This was really, to piggyback on Shaq's point, I was really impressed because, you know, Ernie and Kenny knows this because he's a perimeter player. You really don't want to be beat up all night, do you? You want to be able to go here and go there. Like me and Shaq are used to it because you get the hell beat out of you. But on the perimeter, you want to be moved, you don't want to be hit, you want to cut, you want to go off pitch. But tonight, this was a slugfest. And this is, you know, Mike Malone talks about it all the time. You got to play the defense. We got to play the defense. He keeps that little stat when they lose the four. We gave up 35 points that quarter, 55. If the team plays defense like this, they're going to be tough to beat by them.
He does spit those numbers out. In the third quarter, they shot 65% against us. So they were down 73-7 and then 47-14 in the fourth quarter. So your money.
We have to figure out a quick ball one. And then we have to figure out how to play. I keep saying slow instead of faster. Because I just don't, I think they're more proficient if they take 90 shots. They kind of do it. One thing about, you have to realize is Jamal Murray has to play. But he doesn't have to play well for them to win. That's been consistent
for the whole time. The Joker has to play well. Jamal Murray just has to play because he's a threat. And then he's a great player. 7 out of 10 nights. Like, he's a great player. But he can have nights like this and still, contribute. But they have Jeff Green, a plethora of players that they have. To not give Jeff Green, KCP, and whomever 10 to 15 shots. All of those guys coming in the game cannot get 10 shots.
Phoenix, by the way, the bench tonight, 4 points.
Wait, what did you say they had at halftime?
2. So Biombo had a bucket in the first half, and Campaign had a bucket in the second half, but he was 1 out of 7 and 0 for 4 from deep. And in the postseason, the Phoenix bench has been outscored 223 to 100. Ouch.
Chuck, come on. So it's still a lot.
That's Jet, Travis.
Hey, I don't do that when a fight happens like the rest of America. I'll go help people. I'm not going to be filming that.
I will say this, just looking over at you with a minute and a half to go in the game and hearing you, and I said, what the heck happened to Chuckster?
Come on, Liv, Mary, get them.
The first of the year, it's fitting that we have the first place team in the West against the first place team in the East.
The Nuggets have their work cut out. They're living here tonight against a team that beat them pretty handily in Boston back on November 11th.
We know that everybody on our team is great tonight. We have a chance to see what we can do.
My teammates are doing a good job finding me. I'm finding my teammates. We're just playing a good brand of basketball.
Hand off to Bruce Brown. First to Bones to the shoot. Bones. In a postseason where the unpredictable has become the norm, we offer this. The Philadelphia 76ers go into Boston for Game 1 without the services of Joel Embiid. What happened? The Sixers immediately took the home court away from the season in the Eastern Conference Centers. Here's how it played out at TD Garden on Monday night. Roll that highlight. Here we go. Jason Tatum.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Joel Embiid, innocent bystander.
You can't afford no better shirt.
That's Balenciaga, fool.
I don't care
Got
what it
holes
is.
in it. It got
James Harden.
Once he starts hitting that three, that allows and then he became James
Jason Tatum
scrimmage tonight.
Not for the Sixers.
No, the Sixers played.
They weren't playing in scrimmage.
But if you go the whole game, the Sixers to sit and get 10 fouls the whole game, you're not playing any defense whatsoever. The other team's not playing much either, apparently.
66-63 was your halftime score.
Here goes that man, Ernie.
There he goes.
Every Indian team got some good players, man.
They don't start at the third quarter. Up at 96.
Yeah, because now the three's going.
Too late now. What you got to do when the house on fire?
Oh, get the women and children out.
And the house is on fire right now for Mr. Harden.
99-96.
Oh, good pass. Leave the laptops.
Brogdon there. Oh, boy. And Tatum goes down because, well, here's what happened to him on this in transition. P.J. Tucker going in the arm.
That's accidental.
That was not accidental.
Harden on the drive there.
That was an awful call. That was an awful call.
One more.
Oh, good pass.
Finish that.
Smart and one. Boston 111 to 107. Harden with the kick out.
Nice defense.
Maxey on the drive. They called it. One called it a charge. One called it a block. Replayed it.
Too close to that pass.
119 to 115. Best for James Harden. 17 out of 30, 7 out of 14 from deep. Dying for some post-game yakety yak.
He had just because it just tells you what he can do on given nights. It's amazing. The guy's a Hall of Famer, and all you hear is the other stuff about him.
You know, all throughout the course of the year was, you know, be a facilitator and get Joel the basketball and then, you know, score when necessary. It's not that I'm not capable of doing it. It's just, this is my role for this team. You know, if you want me to do this tonight, I'm not going to do that as well. I don't think a lot of players can do that.
He's still a great player. He's going to make tough shots. But he can't, you know, have the game he had, Melton have the game he had, Tobias Harris and Maxey. You got to cut off the water somewhere.
It's just the difference between us this year and last year, you know, and we really believe, like, you know, James has missed games, we win. Joel has missed games, we win. We have a bunch of, you know, street fighters. You know, they've said it all week. If we can get to the fourth quarter, we're going to win the game.
Just to be aggressive and shoot the basketball and do what I want. I haven't felt one of those zones in a minute. It felt really good.
So to answer your question, check with the NBA on this too. So as Brogdon's throwing that pass and as it's hitting the hands of Tyrese Maxey simultaneous with the shot clock buzzer going off, it's a play on.
Okay, it was simultaneous. Right, but if the ball was in the air, it would have been a violation.
What?
So
No, it was
Bro, just listen and be quiet sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
No, see, you see it right here, boom.
Right, he's got the ball simultaneously.
Yeah.
But if the ball was in the air.
In real time, you're watching it real time, simultaneously it happens, it's a play on.
But I have a question.
Yeah.
If the ball was halfway through, it would have been a shot clock violation.
I would assume yes.
That's all we were asking, but it was really close.
Yeah, but it was so close it was simultaneous, as a matter of fact. 119, 115. Stop it. So, what does this tell you, Chuck, number one, about Boston? Because it seems to me we're having a lot of these discussions here saying, how did the Celtics let that happen in the course of the Atlanta series and now game one of this series?
Well, clearly, I don't want to say it, but I think the voice in the locker room is not the same as it was last year because they're clearly playing too passive. Because this is 2 games in a row that they let, well, not 2 in a row, but they let it happen.
2 in Boston.
2 games at home. Yeah. And for me, the leadership has got to step up. If the coach is not going to do it, the players got to step up. Because the Sixers didn't think, and we talked about it at halftime, there was no reason the Sixers should have beat this team tonight. But you let them hang around. James has always been a great player. Maxey, Melton played great in the first half. But same thing happened with Trae Young. If you let, everybody's got good players. And if you screw around, guys can play. And that's what happened tonight to the Celtics.
But do they need the voice? I mean, here's a team that's been to the NBA Finals, been to the conference finals, but these guys themselves know already what it takes.
But that's an excuse. They don't need a voice. The answer to your question is the lack of focus. You don't need no coach to tell you the importance of this game. You know. You went to the finals last year. You understand what's at stake. They're big man there. We got to come put in work and win this game. I have to do it for. I don't need nobody to tell me I need to get 40 and 10 tonight. Coach don't need to tell me nothing. Nobody need to tell me that. I already know that we have home court advantage. We want to protect home court advantage. They're big guys not playing. Whoever's playing me, I have to kill him. So forget all that. Lack of focus, just like the last series. Lack of focus, and they should have known better. They let one slip away. Hopefully they bounce back and get the focus back. But now this gives Philly the advantage because big guy, you can take, not going to play game 2. Right,
we don't think.
No, he shouldn't. He shouldn't. So give an extra 4 or 5 days. And if they're not focused then, they're going to mess around and be down 2-0. Then when he comes back, that's trying to be a German street. But it has nothing to do with the coach at this point. You don't need a coach to tell you what to do.
Well, I would say this. I have no idea if it's coach. Because the object of the series is to win it. Against Atlanta, they won the series. Barely. It don't matter. They don't tell you. We barely won some games on 2 championships, and we barely lost some games. But the object is to advance and move on. So we'll see if they can bounce back. You're going to, in a series, go into a championship. The only people I can remember in modern day era is the 15-1 Los Angeles Lakers team with Shaq on that went through and skated through the playoffs. Other than that, you're going to be like, man, we should have had that one. Man,